This is a weird frame. Whatever. Hey guys, what's up? My name is daemonologist, and you guys remember B from... I'm not sure if you've been in a video since the cottage.
No.
Do you? No? Alright,
We haven't spent that much time together.
Yeah, so like I said in my other video, last time you guys have seen her would be the summer. But we're, like I mentioned also, we live together, so we're going to be doing a lot more videos together on that. So we're just going to do this. And I'll have Life is Strange for you guys next week. I know it's been like a really long time since I started playing the game. When I was in high school, in 12th grade, in my English class, I wanted to do this project where I kind of got people's opinions on feminism and like what they thought of it and like the misconceptions about it and stuff like that. Keep in mind also at this point, I was doing Tumblr feminism, and if any of you guys are on Tumblr, it's fucking crazy. And some of it's good, and then you have the really crazy parts, and I think that at that point I was literally just getting out of the really crazy part. So I have been through the horrible points of feminism. I know about them. I used to be one of those people, not proud of it, but okay. So what I did in my English class was I had 3 questions. Here, actually, I'll read one of them because I can't remember what the question was. So the first question that I asked, I had 3 questions. The first was, what is your opinion on feminism? The second is, do you consider yourself a feminist? And the third is, do you believe that men and women should be equal? Basically, it wasn't exactly worded like that, but that was the basic gist of it.
Weren't we in the same class?
Not in 12th grade.
Oh. No, I left. I left you alone.
Yeah, you didn't go to CAS in that year.
But you're talking about 10th grade when you pushed me off my chair. And the teacher
no, in 12th
took your side.
You stabbed me in the hand with a pencil.
No. You pushed me off the chair. And the teacher didn't say anything about it.
Oh, that was Mr. Nakaus?
Yeah, that was fucking bullshit. She's a teacher's pet.
Yeah, that's true. I won't deny that.
Good.
I lost my fucking train of thought. So yeah, we're just gonna read some of them and basically give our opinions on them. And B's gonna paint while she does this.
Duh.
Alright, so, opinion on feminism. Generally, I don't really care about feminism. I simply believe in humanitarian. I think they mean humanitarianism. I can't even fucking pronounce it.
Good job. I'm not even gonna try because I know I can't.
Humanitarianism.
Oh,
I know the word.
Right.
I know what they're trying to... Okay,
you know what? How about you keep going?
That's a good idea. Okay, they simply believe in that. Everyone is worth care, love, and respect, but when it comes to libération de la femme, I don't believe in it. Abortion and contraception. Women and men are different. Oh, I know who this one was.
Men.
Don't say it! It's supposed to be anonymous.
Yo, come on!
Women and men are different, and it's better when each one understands their role and I believe that says assumes it. It's either assumes or assures it.
But the problem about this girl is that she thought that women were like supposed to be like housewife.
Yeah. Third question, if men and women should be equal. Yes, but women and men do not have the same abilities, therefore they shouldn't have the same role in society.
That kind of makes sense, but at the same time...
Like, I understand what she means, it's just, I think, like, the way that she worded it implies something different. Like, because she says, like, roles, whereas, like, yes, people are different, and it's not necessarily the fact if you're a man or a woman. Like, everyone has different abilities, and different capabilities, or they're able to do different things at a different level. For me, like, everyone kind of has their own definition of feminism, and actually when I did this project, my whole thing was like, this is what feminism is, and if you don't believe in this, then, like, you're not a feminist. But, like, everyone has their own definition of feminism. Some of them are really, really shitty, and they're horrible, and, like, they're just really horrible people. But everyone has their own definition, and there is the dictionary definition that you can take from, which is, like, the social, economic, political, equality to men, roughly that. I won't say word for word, but that's basically what it is. But like everyone has their own opinion, and to me personally it is just like general equality all across the board, like being perceived as just like, yes, we are physically different, biologically. For me it also is not inappropriate, that's not the right word, like it not demeans, but like it has low points and like inequality points towards men where women are higher, which is unfair towards men. You're like completely out of the shot, by the way. Just like things where women have an advantage that is unfair towards men. One thing that actually recently happened is a lot of times men who are victims of abuse in relationships are ignored because they think that men are supposed to be stronger and they can't be abused and
they can't be raped.
Yeah, they can't be raped because, like, why wouldn't you want to have sex with a girl? And it's so damaging and it's so horrible to think that. And the thing that I was talking about specifically was, I don't actually watch his videos, I just watch that specific video because Seb watches it. About Matthew Santoro, and he was previously in an abusive relationship with another YouTuber, Nicole Arbor, which has a whole host of problems that I'm not going to touch on.
Keep going.
So it was just, he came out about having been abused by her, and a lot of people, obviously I kind of try to stay away from those people, but I'm sure there were people who said, like, he's lying, there's no way, because he's a guy, how could a guy be abused by a woman? Which is horrible, and it absolutely happens, and like it's just as horrible as when it happens to women, and it needs just as much of attention, and it needs to have just as many consequences for the woman who is abusing her partner.
Which is not, because whenever you're in trial, they look at the woman, it's like, oh, well, she's so small and frail, she can't cause physical harm.
And like, it's not only that, like, some people will be like, oh, well, they can emotionally abuse them, but not physically, which isn't true at all.
And emotionally is a lot harder on a person than physically. But, like, they never bring up anything positive. They always bring up the same negative things and never point out, like, this company actually decided to, like, have pay equality. And it's like...
Yeah. A lot of times the thing that I find wrong, and it's also a matter of who is in your circle, because, like, absolutely, there are things that happen... What the fuck is... There are positive things and there are breakthroughs that happen all the time, and the people who like to focus more on the negative... and just completely ignore the positive. Like they can help, but also they're not at the same time, because like focusing on the positive things is important just as much as bringing light to the negative things. And obviously, like, not everyone has to be into activism. Like, it's not something that you have to do. Like, if you don't do it, you're a horrible person. That's not true, and anyone who says that is like
weirdo. Just
like you don't have to be actively, like, going to rallies and
participating in,
I don't know, like going to protests and stuff like that to be a good person, and people who say that are just like whatever. But
some people think it too far.
Exactly. Like, and absolutely, and if you do that, like, more power to you, but just because someone you know doesn't do that doesn't mean you're better than them. Also, another thing. I think that feminism is right because it is right to have our own opinion, and on the fact that men and women share the same rights and live as equals. Yes, I do. I would like that women have the same rights and that we have the same perception of women that we have towards men. Like, honestly, no matter what you say, you're gonna have people that are saying that you're a horrible person and that your views are wrong and that you're harming people, and, like, no matter what you do, you're gonna have people that disagree with you, and especially if you want to go into any kind of activism, it's really important that you understand that and that you don't take that to heart. And it's important to reflect on your own views. Try to not be, like, stone cold in what you believe, because, like, there's always room to, like, grow. People change and people grow and people realize, that was a really shitty thing of me to think. Let's not, like, let's try to change that, the way that I think about that. Why is there, like, there's, like, coffee on these? I don't know what the hell, like, spilled on them, but, like, I don't know, look! What did I have written on there? So, what is your opinion on feminism? I think that feminism is people that think women are useless, so they don't consider themselves to be a feminist, and they do believe that men and women should be equal. So yeah, that's another thing that, like, obviously it's extremists and, like, bad publicity and, like, just, like, shitty people saying, I'm a feminist, and then doing really horrible things. I'm not quite sure where the whole feminists think women are useless thing came from. It might be some kind of, like, variant of just, like, extremists doing shitty things that kind of make it seem like they think women are useless. People who just want to hurt other people and be above men and think that women are better than men and men are horrible, and also that women are useless. I would not consider them feminists. I would consider them horrible people, quite frankly.
People who have certain views and you just need something to, like, hide their views behind, right? It's like, if someone has, like, a grudge against men because they had their heart broken by an idiot, then it's like, you know what? I don't need to take this. I'm gonna be a feminist, and I'm just gonna destroy all.
And like, there's also things that, and like, this isn't something I read. It's just something I see, because like, I am still on Tumblr, and I try to stay away from the activism side of it, because Tumblr's fucked up, man.
Best of Tumblr on Facebook. I love it. It's so funny.
Cause like oh man, it's so weird though, because whenever I see stuff like that, I'm like, okay, this person has never been on Tumblr. Because if you've ever been on Tumblr, because like I saw something that was like the worst of Tumblr, and it was like a meme, and I'm like, have you ever been on Tumblr? The worst of Tumblr is one person telling another person that they should kill themselves because they disagree on a fictional character's relationship. That's things that happen on Tumblr. Okay, here's the thing. There's some people who just don't understand certain things, and like, shaming someone because of just a misunderstanding or ignorance, that's rude. Exactly. Like, some people just, like, they've never been taught. They've never been told, like, this is what's happening. This is just, like, who just don't know. And, like, yelling at people for that is really shitty. Like, if you want to help, like, try to help them understand. And just, like, instead of yelling at them and saying that they're a horrible person for not knowing things that no one told them. People don't just know things. Someone has to tell it to them. Someone has to teach that to them. Otherwise, they will never know it. Whether they read it online and that's how they are taught it. Whether someone that they personally know. Whether they see it on TV. Like, someone has to tell things to you. Otherwise, you won't know it. Like, my opinion on feminism is that everyone should have equal rights, men or women. However, okay, this is the one that I was talking about with, like, the push-ups thing. Okay. However, if women want to a man's job, and then they put example firefighter or military, I understand where they were coming from, but like, let's just not, whatever. They should have almost the same standards. I believe they should have
almost?
Yeah, I believe they should have the exact same standards. I do not think it is fair towards men when they have to do 30 push-ups to qualify for a job, and a woman has to do, when a woman has to do 10 to qualify for the same job, but still, women are still not completely equal to men. Yeah, absolutely, I agree. Like, it's completely unfair, not, like, to both parties. Like, it's demeaning women, saying that they're not good enough, and it's, like, giving men higher standards and saying that, like, you have to do better, and this person could get in for doing less than what you did, but if you do the same thing that they did, but not enough, then you won't get in. And it's kind of just, like, what? Like, really? Like, where's your logic? That doesn't make any sense.
Some people don't have logic.
And it's just, it's horrible and it's completely unfair. Like either lower the standards for men or wait, like, I feel like, I say lower the standards for men, but like, I actually feel like it should raise the standards for women, because the reason that you have to, and I'm assuming this is like for military or firefighter, like the reason that you have to do this is because they need to know that you'll be able to handle the job, that you'll be strong enough to handle the stress of the job, and lowering the standards is going to make it harder. Okay, I think that women should be treated as equally as men. Fighting for women's rights is a good thing, even though it's better now than it was before in Canada. They specified in Canada. We still have work to do everywhere in the world. I will speak my mind and share my opinion when I think things are unfair, but I'm not active or doing something about it, so they don't consider themselves a feminist. Yeah. So, like, that's the other thing that I wanted to point on. Like, you don't have to label yourself anything. If you don't want to call yourself a feminist, that's totally fine. Call yourself an egalitarian, a humanitarian,
a person.
like you don't even have to call yourself anything. Like, you don't need to have a title to be part of something. You don't have to call yourself anything.
You can be your own thing.
And anyone who says, like, if, like, you're a feminist, you should call yourself that, or you're a horrible person, they're a moron, and they're just being really shitty and judgmental, and don't listen to them. Because you don't, it's like, you don't have to label yourself with anything. Like, that's not a requirement to be good and do good things and be a good person. You don't have to say, I am this, in order to qualify for being a good person. It's, yeah, basically just like, live and let live, don't hurt other people, make sure everyone's consenting. World is not black and white. Just try to do better.
Yeah, that's pretty damn.
Yeah, because, like, the other thing is, like, I'm not fucking perfect. I screw up all the time. I realize that. I think some shitty things sometimes, and then I go, alright, that's really shitty.
Yeah,
Nikki, you gotta stop that. Don't think that. And then you're like, alright, let's try to not think that anymore. But you probably will, and then you'll catch yourself again and be like, alright, I really need to stop thinking that. Even if you keep thinking it and you just catch yourself and say, that's really shitty, that's not true, that's a horrible thing, it's a stereotype, whatever, and just try to do better. nobody's perfect. Everybody makes mistakes. It's just a matter of learning from them and trying not to do them again.
You're very philosophical. That thing.
I don't even, like, I know the word, but yeah, okay. So, I know that I said gaming videos be on weekends, so I'm sorry that I skipped out on you guys. Apologies.
What happened on Wednesday?
What?
Wait, Wednesday was yesterday.
Yeah, I know, I'm talking about next week.
Oh.
So, I will see you guys in the next video. Do you have anything else you'd like to add?
No.
No? Alright.
Next time.
Bye!
Peace.